Good morning. I hope you're awake and feeling alert this morning. I think I am today. I'm feeling better than I was yesterday. Maybe partly because it's looking a bit clearer outside. The weather's a bit nicer. So, yeah, I'm feeling good. How are you feeling? Today we are going to be using a chair and a TheraBand or resistance band or whatever you have to hand nearby. So have those things ready to go. And we're just going to start seated on to the chair. So get your sitting bones right underneath you, and we're just going to start by taking the band around. Just going to work on a similar breath that we've been working on quite recently, where you're just taking your band around you, because I quite like that, just that feeling that you're able to really take the breath and expand it into the band. So just kind of rest your elbows by your sides, just so you're providing a little bit of resistance for your rib cage around. So you can take a few breaths, starting to take them right down deep into where that band is tied around you. So let's think especially about the back of the body, taking some deep breaths. You know, again, we're getting into this time of year when it's starting to be cold and flu season, so it's really important to be taking these deep cleansing breaths that are going to get all of the stale oxygen out of our lungs and to replace it with new fresh oxygen, so that each time you're taking a breath, you're really fully taking it deep inside of down into the lungs and giving your whole body that fresh, lovely, clean air. So just a couple of breaths like that, right deep into where your band is tied around. And then let's take out the arms right straight in front of you, pointing out the fingers straight ahead. Nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, just bending through the elbows. You can feel your shoulder blades drawing together as you're exhaling to bend through the elbows. Nice big deep breath in, just giving yourself a little resistance against those back ribs, really breathing into the back of the body. And then exhaling to bend. Twice more like that. Last time. And then untie yourself. Just going to take your band now about shoulder distance apart. If you need it a little bit wider, that's absolutely fine too. You're going to take your arms and bring them up and over the head. Nice big deep breath in. As you exhale, start to let them go back behind the back of the head and just warming up the shoulders. And again, nice big deep breath. See if you can still think about the band tied around you so that you're breathing into your lower back ribs. Got some funny things going on with my shoulders and arms, not wanting to do the same thing this morning. Do that twice more. Nice big deep breath in as they go over, exhaling to come back behind. Just watch that your ribs aren't jutting forward as you're letting the arms come up and over. If you need more room, just expand your hands. That'll make it a little bit easier to take the arms back up and over. But if you want a little bit more of a challenge, just bring your hands closer together and see what that's like for your shoulders. Okay, we'll just do that one last time. Nice big deep breath in. Exhaling to bring those arms back up and over. We're going to pause when we're just slightly in front of the face this time. Nice big deep breath. And as you exhale, you're just going to start to pull the band apart, let the elbows bend, and then inhale to straighten. Exhaling, drawing elbows, drawing shoulder blades down towards the floor, and then inhaling back up. Exhaling and inhaling. 2 more times. Last time. And then just releasing the band down. Let's take the band now underneath the feet. And I'm just going to hold on near to where the knees are. Starting to just let the arms straighten out a little bit so they feel nice and long, and you're just slightly letting your shoulder blades be drawn forward, and then just start to draw them back. So we did something similar the other day, drawing the shoulder blades together with a deep breath in, and then exhaling to draw them out. Just doing that a couple of times, or to let them slide apart. There we go. 2 more to go. Just providing a little bit of resistance with the band. And then you're going to draw them back. Start to bend through your right elbow and twist around to the right side. So this one's really nice because you're keeping your lower back and your spine, your lower spine nice and in place as you just rotate through the upper body. So just notice what that's like for you to rotate through these upper ribs and through the neck. You could take your head maybe just a little bit farther around. See what it's like to look all the way over your shoulder. So my other arm stays straight. It's being drawn forward as the other arm draws back. We'll do that one more time to each side. Nice big deep breath in. Exhaling around to the front. Last time. Beautiful. Okay. And then we'll just cross the band over so that you're holding your band in opposite hands. Still just resting underneath the feet. Good morning, Rod. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. In America, we'd be celebrating today, but yes, it's an exciting day. So we're going to take the right hand, the right band in front of the left band, which is going to stay behind. And you're just going to start to pull your elbow nice and wide here. Nice big deep breath in. And then exhale to release that. We're doing a bit of arm work because we're going to integrate this arm work when we come up to standing in a moment. A little bit of coordination with our standing work. So just doing this a couple of times. Nice big deep breath. You should feel nice and open through the front of the shoulder here. So if it feels like you're kind of hiking your shoulder up, just watch that you're keeping that shoulder drop down and almost being pulled by the elbow more than anything, like someone's tugging at your elbow back. Let's do that twice more on this side. Nice big deep breath in to pull back, and then exhale to release. This time we're going to add in a little bit of that rotation. So follow your elbow around as you're rotating, and then come back to center twice more, inhaling to rotate and exhaling to come back. Last time like that. And then you're going to change your bands around. So you're going to have your left band in front of the right band into the left hand so that you are crossing the bands over. And then you're going to inhale, let the left elbow be pulled out to the side. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall for this, so it's easy to kind of collapse or let your ribs start to jut forward. We want to be still allowing the spine to be nice and long here. So sitting up nice and tall as if you've got that band behind you that you're breathing into, those lower back ribs still. One more time like this, and then we'll add in our little bit of rotation. So nice big deep breath in, just gently rotating around, and then exhaling to come back forward. 2 more to go. And exhaling. Last time. Beautiful. Okay, you can release the band now. You're going to go ahead and straighten your legs out in front of you as much as possible. And then I really want you to feel like you can be right on top of those sitting bones. So you might need to might need to scoot yourself to the edge of your chair. And just start to let your feet sink to the ground in front of you if that's possible. So you've got nice grounded feet and straight legs as much as possible. And then take a deep breath in. And I want you to think about folding right from your hip creases here. So your spine is staying long, and then you're just letting yourself lean forward over your legs. And if you want to take your hands down onto your shins, that might be quite nice, just to really feel, if more than anything, I want you to feel like you're trying to get your belly button to come down and touch your thighs. So take a nice big deep breath. You can take your gaze and look down, and maybe take a little look up, just letting the head have a little nod, yes, here. And then if it feels okay, you're going to start to lean back up. Take your hands behind you and just have a little lean back so that you're starting to kind of lift your chest up and away from your legs. And you're looking up towards the ceiling, just letting everything kind of straighten out up and back. And then coming forward, maybe taking the hands onto the legs, taking the belly button to meet the thighs as much as possible here. And then straightening back up nice and long with the spine. Make sure you're not bending through your lower part of your spine or through the upper part. You might get a little bit of this lovely curve through your upper part of your ribs as you're opening your chest up towards the ceiling. We'll just do that one more time, coming forward. Make sure your feet are staying nice and grounded to the floor, and then exhaling to come back. Maybe taking a breath in while you're there, and then coming back up to center. Okay, so you're going to come up to standing. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing with my chair. You're going to take one foot. So let's let the right foot firm roundly into the ground. And you're going to take your left foot and just place it up onto the chair. So depending on how high your chair is, you might need to adjust. If it feels like it's too high up, you might want to find something that's a little bit lower. But I really want you to be able to get your leg nice and straight here out in front of you. You're going to take your hips and make sure that they're both pointing right in front of you. So you should have a really deep crease right into this front left hip. So your right foot and your right knee should be facing right in front of you. Oops, I'm going to lose my balance here. Your both shoulders are pointing straight ahead. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, start to lean forward into that leg. So again, we're taking belly button right down to this front left knee. You just place your fingers in your hip joint here to make sure you're coming right up and over. And then if it feels okay, just start to point through that toe and then flex it towards you. So we're just getting a little bit of kind of this neural flossing movement. If you think about your nerve endings, you have them starting right up here at the top of your spine, and they run all the way down through to your foot. So we're just kind of taking those nerves and letting them have a little bit of this flossing movement going on. If you want to take that a bit deeper, you can look up as your toes come towards you and look down at your knee as you send the toes away, just to kind of make that a little bit more of this neural flossing movement. Just do that a couple more times. Inviting length all through the back of this leg. And then go ahead and bend the knee, have a little lean forward. Hopefully your chair is sturdy enough for this, just to plant your foot down and to get a stretch through the front of your right hip here. So again, really creasing through this front left hip as you're coming forward. And then Place that foot back down onto the ground. We're going to root your left foot down now so that you can take your right foot right out in front of you, maybe just flexing your feet towards you to begin with, finding a good position for your left foot to be parallel, both your left knee to be pointing forward, and both shoulders and both hips to be facing directly in front of you. Really feeling this deep crease now through your right hip. And you're just going to start to lean forward. It's like you're being cut here, and you're folding over at this place where you've been kind of cut in half. So notice my back stays nice and long. There's no bending, there's no curving there. Trying again to get the belly button to come as close to this thigh as possible. Feel free to hold on to something if this isn't possible. If it feels like you're too unstable and too wobbly, perfectly fine to take hold of a wall or whatever is around you that you need to support. So start to maybe let that toe flex and point a little bit here. If you want to get your gaze involved, you can play around with when you're looking up and when you're looking down. So really try again just to move from the neck. We're not like bending the spine forward. When the spine doesn't move, it's just really this lengthening through the back of the neck, and then you're looking up to just create a little bit of shortness through the back of the neck. Just do that a couple more times. Make sure you're breathing throughout, no holding onto the breath here. And then take that foot, lean into it so that you can have a little stretch through this whole left hip here. Maybe try lifting your chest up and away from your front right knee. So you might just get this lovely length through the whole of the front of the body. Lovely stretch through that leg. And then come up and away from that. So we're going to place the chair to the side now. I've got a couple of weights here. You don't have to do this with weights, but I feel like it's quite nice. If you have just like two evenly weighted objects that you can hold on to, you can use that. You cannot use anything. Doesn't really matter, but I just feel like they give me a little bit of support when doing this arm work in standing. So just to begin with, take your weights if you're using them into your hands. Let your feet be parallel in hip distance right underneath you. And you're just going to start by stepping one foot forward and leaning into that knee, straightening through the back leg, and then stepping back. Try that to the other side. So you're stepping one foot forward, you're leaning into this foot, but your heel doesn't actually leave the floor behind you, and then step back. So just try that a few times through each side. It's almost if you're falling forward and then just propelling yourself back after you've fallen. So try that a few times, and then we'll get the opposite arm involved. So as you step your left foot forward, you're going to punch through your right arm forward and then bring it back. And actually, it can help to have the elbows bent here. So you're going to reach through your right leg as your left arm comes forward, and then bring it back. So just try that a few times. Again, a bit of coordination required here, but really nice to kind of feel that stretch through the back leg as you're working also with the arms. So good thing we warmed up the arms, we warmed up the legs a little bit. You can really feel this giving you a nice stretch through that back leg and giving you a little energizing wake up. Let's just do one more to each side. I lost count there. Okay, and then take the arms down by the sides. Let's just take the weights and place them down as well. Come and take a little bit of a wider stance here with both feet facing directly forward, both knees. And you're just going to have a little bend through your right knee so you can get a little stretch through the inner part of your left thigh. Come back up to center, and it's over to the other side. So we're just asking for a little kind of, you're reaching through the outer edge of this foot, the heel, so that you can feel a little bit more through the inner part of this leg. Just do that one more time on each side. And then we'll come back up to the center. Beautiful work. Give those legs a little shake out. And then find whatever you're going to use to sit down on to make yourself comfortable. I'm going to just put you down a little bit here. So I've got my cushions. I'm going to put them underneath me. My TheraBand out of the way. And I'm going to grab this one to sit on as well. So really just, again, making yourself as comfortable as possible. If you want to be sat in a chair, that's absolutely fine. But just want to make sure that, your hips aren't feeling like they're going to seize up or be too painful at all. That your upper body can just feel like it's not going to be painful through the lower back or anything like that. Find a place where you feel completely at ease, and then just begin to allow your eyes, to close. Start to just let your breath come back to a normal, easy breathing pattern. Start to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose if that's possible for you this morning. And then we'll just work on through a little body scan right from the very crown of the head. So just taking your attention and your awareness there, noticing any sensations that might be unusual, maybe you haven't noticed there before. So taking a bit of time just to really be scanning through the crown of the head. Take all of your attention and all your awareness. And then start to scan down through the face, past both eyes, past the nose, and past the mouth. Again, noticing any sensations, anything unusual or maybe slightly different than what you've noticed before. And then scanning down through the sides of the head, past the ears. Or maybe things feel pretty good, pretty much the same as they usually do. So again, just noticing these things for yourself, taking the time and the awareness to do that. And then scanning down through the back of the head, past the back of the skull, back of the neck, front of the neck, down through to the chest, into the shoulders. Noticing how those shoulders are having any sensations through them. And then working your way down through your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, and your hands. Through the upper back, the mid back, and through to the lower back. And then just scanning up the spinal column, so that you can go back down through the chest, the abdomen, and the belly. Again, being aware of any sensations that you're feeling as you go along. Scanning through your buttocks, making contact with the floor, noticing any sensations there. And then just scanning down through your thighs, your knees, your lower legs, and finally through to the feet. Just noticing as you're finishing up your scan, any sensations that are unusual or that you're quite familiar with day to day. If you're doing this quite regularly, you might just notice that the same things come up, or maybe you're noticing new things each time that you scan. Then we're going to take the full awareness and attention on to the breath, coming in through the nose and going out through the nose. And then for 5 minutes, seeing if you can keep your attention and your awareness there. If you need to count your breath from 1 to 10 and then start back over at 1 again, that's a good method of keeping your awareness and attention there. So we'll start that 5 minutes of silence now. And just spending the last 30 seconds in gratitude for whatever it is that you're most thankful for today. And then just bringing your awareness back into the space around you, moving your fingers, moving your wrists and your shoulders. Taking a couple of nice big deep cleansing breaths. And then opening your eyes and having a wonderful Thursday. I shall see you back here tomorrow at 7:30. Hope you have a good day, and I'll see you again soon.